Gundam.tk presents Cherudim Gundam. Hello again everyone, and welcome to a review of the 1/100th Cherudim Gundam. Enough of the details, now let's actually take a look at the model when it's ready to be put together. Of course with this you're going to get 2 feet, 2 legs, a lower waist unit that a lot of people won't be happy with because there's no mobility here, a top chest part, the 2 arms including 2 GN bits over there for the shield. The head looks pretty sharp. This is the part that I painted blue for Trans Am mode, a backpack that you can attach the 2 GN pistols onto, and the GN sniper rifle too. And something I'm really happy about is that they give you the full 5 fists, including the weapon holding fists, closed fist, and an open hand over here. This is the tail with the holographic GN drive that you can see a little bit there, and something that's really nice is this huge stand for putting on the GN shield bits. But first let's take a look at the parts. The feet are very simple, just made out of a few parts, and this piece can bend up and down there, but actually it doesn't really have much to it, except the leg will have this part at the bottom, which has a fair bit of mobility side to side, front to back on a nice ball joint. As for the legs themselves, this is painted green by me, but Bandai doesn't say to do that. You can just put a seal on under that, but again I had the paint. The legs are predominantly white, which is something I didn't really notice before getting the model, and I lined that with gray markers. Now the big complaint most people have had about the 1/100th line from 00 is that there is 0 waist articulation. Now that continues with this. This is exactly the same as the 00's waist. Just put on some back armor. This is where you'll attach the tail. The side skirts are just one piece, and the front, this is one piece, this is one piece. You can't move all 4 pieces individually. Some of the only red in the Gundam. I don't have a big problem with the lack of mobility here, but some people prefer the 144s or are waiting for a master grade, but I don't think there'll be a master grade of the Cherudim Gundam, so this may be the best you can do if you want the large size. Now the chest, something I wasn't crazy about, something that is pretty good, is that you do get the side to side, or front back, and the up-down movement with the arms, is that you can see that these are different colors here, even though they are just one piece, and that is that ugly looking decal from the sticker sheet. Now I tried to put it on as best you can, but because it's bent in so many places, you're bound to get places where it either starts to peel up or it colors through. Now I used my green Real Touch marker to try to touch up and turn those white sides green, but it didn't really stick. Now this is something again that I painted green, but Bandai just says put a seal on it, and underneath these parts you can see the yellow grills that you can paint. Now, Too Old for Toys was asking if there's a hollow chest cavity, and this is fairly hollow inside. This yellow piece here is as big, it's the same size roughly as the 00 Gundam, so if you can mod a 00 Gundam for a light up head, then you should be able to do it with the Cherudim Gundam. So, and don't forget to check out Too Old for Toys website on YouTube, it's one of the best. Now the arm size sort of like, the top of the shoulder has a bit here that you can pull out, and you can use this on the right arm to attach the rifle, and on the other arm you can use it to attach part of the shield. The backpack is very simple, some yellow jets here in the back, and over here what you can do is pull this forward on both sides of the Gundam, and here there's a slot where you would put in the Trans Am visor. So when you put the visor on, then the Gundam gets better sniping abilities as you pull both of these forward. It also has a spot here where you'll attach on the GN pistols, so those can attach onto the back, the sides of the backpack. And finally, the tail is pretty cool. Now, one thing with these GN bits, 6 of them are hollow like this on the inside, and those you'll never see, but others, the 2 that go on the shoulder and the one that goes on the back of the tail, they actually have a gray piece that you put in before you do that. And of course you can line that if you choose. So you can pull these off, this holds 5, and here is the holographic type GN drive sticker. So it's a nice touch over just doing a regular green seal, and you put a clear piece on that. I didn't paint that, I thought it looked better just the way it was. But the tail looks pretty cool, and it's detachable, so if you just want to have the Cherudim, you could just take this right off, depending on what kind of pose you want to do. The head for me is one of the highlights, and despite a few problems, I still think it's a really nice Gundam head. My biggest complaint is that on the side cheeks there's a circle, and they just give you a slightly shiny green sticker to put on. So you can put that on, and if you're good, you can make it look smooth, and if you do a bad job, you'll get it to look like mine did here. Now here, you'll be able to see that I put on the holographic decal for the eyes, and as far as the camera goes, I painted this red. Already some dust has stuck onto it, but it's much better looking than with stickers on, I think. And so you pull that up, and you can reveal inside the sniping camera for the Cherudim. So I painted that in blue. You can put on a silver sticker if you choose, but if the light shines on it, I think it actually looks pretty good. And if you did a light-up head, because it's a clear part that you can paint, it also comes with clear eyes that you can paint. You can do a lot of pretty cool stuff with that. So the head for me is a winner. As far as weapons go, here with the GN pistols, you can bend it down and use it like this. Now in the painting guide, this is supposed to be a different color than this, so you're going to have to paint that if you want to make it look good, but I just threw on some gray lining and I think it works alright. As for the GN2 sniper rifle, this is, I painted this blue, and I think that works really well. I'm actually quite impressed with the design of this. You've got the barrel in the front. Because there was hologram seals, I just cut off a little bit of excess here and added that on for no real reason. But what you can do is unfold this, and then there's a slide mechanism inside. Pull that forward, and then lock it into place, and now you have a massive sniper rifle. And to give you an idea of the size of that, here it is next to the 00 Gundam, in bad focus. Next up is something that I'm really happy about, this large clear stand that you can use to put on the GN bits to make the GN shield. Now just to give you an idea, there it is next to the 00 Gundam, so it's going to be the height of the Cherudim. Now, what's cool about this is that these detach, these two clear parts, and it can go here, here, and down here, and so you could put it down low, put it up high, do whatever you want. And as another nice touch, you can put it off to the side here, so you could build a wide shield instead of an up-down one. Now something, I was hoping maybe that you would get more clear parts, so that you wouldn't always have clear parts exposed, but there's not enough bits to cover up every part of the shield, so that's something that was a little disappointing. But let's see how it looks put together. So something I should mention is on the left arm, there are two bits for the GN shield. These ones also come with this, and when you're putting the shield together, all of the ones that have the backing line up here on the middle plate. You're supposed to do it like that. Now, the other two bits, there's 5 on the tail, 2 on the shoulders, and there's 2 on the knees. Now, I complain that this is loose, but one reason for that is that it's easily detachable, and when you do that, voila, you get a GN shield that looks pretty cool. So there's a ton of different variations you can do, putting it high, low, stretching it a little bit wide, but as I said, you're always going to have some clear parts sticking out. So for me, right away, just having this GN shield like this, and it's a ridiculous number of combinations you can make, makes the 1/100th much better than the 1/44th, despite some of the lack of articulation. So stay tuned, my next review will be the 1/100th high grade V2 Gundam.